talking about today?
We're talking about something that's caught the eyes of people all over, especially with our TV shows in Korea about this topic, that is with their children. Well, it's fun to watch celebrity fathers learning and taking part in childcare, isn't it?
It is certainly fun, and there's something endearing about watching fathers fumble just a little bit. I don't know why. Remember that one interview George Clooney had? He talked about changing his baby's diapers for the first time.
Wow. Well, we have a lot of stories like that for you, waiting for you, but about Korean stars here. So let's talk about them right now on today's CelebriTalk.
Is it just me, or were there a lot more celebrity daddies that came out in the news last year? Now, one of these new daddies that we want to talk about today is actor Lee Dong-gun.
Yes, Lee Dong-gun got married last year to Cho Yoon-hee, a co-star from the TV drama The Gentleman of 월계수 Tailor Shop. Well, the couple got a ton of messages from well-wishers after they announced their marriage registration and their pregnancy. And finally, on December 14th last year, they were blessed with a healthy baby girl.
Wow, they must be so happy. I remember Lee Dong-gun actually mentioned his daughter during his acceptance speech at an awards ceremony last year.
Lee Dong-gun actually took to one of his fan club websites to actually brag about his daughter. He wrote that as soon as he saw her, she made him fall in love for no reason. She actually brings him as much joy as she does anxiety.
Wow, I saw that actually. And he has also talked about helping Cho Yoon-hee with infant care.
Really?
And he actually promised to be the best father. And I believe that he's going to do everything he can to keep that promise. And also fans, including myself, can't wait to see his daughter, actually. And also, Ryu Soo-young is up next. He's a great father as well.
He also married a co-star from the drama, actress Park Ha-sun. Well, Park Ha-sun recently posted on her social media the photo of Ryu Soo-young with a caption saying, "Mr. Baby Care Genius, finish up at work and come home soon." You know, when mother calls you a baby care genius, it means you really must be good at it.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's the best stamp for approval, right? When the mom says, "Dad, you're doing just fine." All right, guys, major points for Ryu Soo-young, because not only is he great at home, but he apparently was very vocal with in a discussion with the president of all people about how to improve daycare policies. So he's hands-on, not just at home, but with the policies that affect everybody else here in Korea.
Right, I actually read about that, and Ryu Soo-young is setting a good example for future daddies. Now, another actor who's very good with childcare is Sang-hyun. He actually had his second daughter last year.
Yes, and Sang-hyun posts photos of him and himself on his social media every so often. And there were a lot of likes for the photo where he holds his first baby daughter on the back and the second one in his arm like a super daddy, two children at the same time. So a lot of people already know how family-oriented person he is. Plus, he also loves to run little errands with his daughter, like taking her out to supermarket.
Certainly, I think it's adorable when it's a picture-perfect moment of dad and two daughters. I mean, how is that even possible, right? I complain about working out. Anyway, guys, it turns out Yoon Sang-hyun was so dedicated of a father, he quit smoking when his first daughter was born. And now that his second is on the way, it turns out they are actually very much reading up on how to raise their daughters properly.
He is definitely fully committed to becoming the best father he can. And he spends as much time as possible with his daughter and, of course, the wife. That's a great daddy. And, of course, we're going to see him back in action. His new drama is coming out in March.
We'll certainly be happy to have him back. Now, of course, there are so many actors who have become newborns fathers, but we can't discuss them all. We're just shedding light on just a few. Did you guys know that actor Ko Soo is the father of three?
Oh, wow.
3 babies. Did you know that?
I know, right? It's amazing that he got married in 2012. Well, a year later, he was blessed with a first child, a boy, and in 2015 he had another baby girl. And just last year, just before the release of his movie The Fortress, he was blessed with another baby boy. So he is indeed a father of 3. Well, despite his busy promotional schedule for the movie, he made sure to spend time helping his wife out with their children at home.
Now, I just realized something, that not only was Go-soo a father of a newborn, but also Park Hae-il and his family gave birth to a new son. Actor Park Hae-il, during the filming of The Fortress alongside Go-soo, has mentioned that they welcomed a baby boy. Now, this means that 7 years later, since his daughter was born, they became a family of 4. Isn't that amazing? Park Hae-il said that for him and Go-soo, The Fortress is an extra special production because of this.
Wow. So Park Hae-il and Go-soo. Park Hae-il, a father of 2, and Go-soo, a father of 3. Can you believe it? A lot of children. Great.
Yeah.
I wonder what Park Hae-il is like as a father.
Well, in an interview, he said he is a flexible father. Well, at times, he's like an older brother, sometimes a strict father, and other times, he's just like a kid with his children.
So in other words, he's kind of perfect as a father. Wow. I'll take his word for it. Now, several years ago, he was actually filming The Whistleblower alongside actor Yoo Yeon-seok, and he gave Yoo Yeon-seok some baby-raising tips not because Yoo Yeon-seok's a father, but because he was depicting a father in the production. Anyhow, Park Hae-il has an upcoming production within this year, a few new titles, but also including Control, so be on the lookout for that.
Now, let's talk about Ji-sung. He's known to be very involved in childcare as well.
Yes, he's a great example for our talk today. Well, he and his wife, actress Lee Bo-young, have a great system where when she's working with a new production, he takes a break and takes care of their baby. Well, since Lee Bo-young is really busy right now with the TV drama Mother, Ji-sung has been a stay-at-home dad right after he was finished filming the movie Myeongdang the Graveside.
You know, I mean, that sounds like a sound system. Can you imagine how difficult it was for actor Ji-sung to reject these offers that are probably coming his way just to be a stay-at-home dad? But major respect and major props to actor Ji-sung. Now, it turns out when he was filming The Defendant with Girls' Generation member Yuri, she would come over to Ji-sung's house to practice their lines. And of course, their daughter would approach Ji-sung and he would have to put the script down and pick her up and play.
I heard about that too, actually. Yuri said that they had to give up on rehearsing because, you know, their daughter was just there to cuddle with their daddy as well. And they just ended up drinking together, Lee Bo-young, Ji-sung, and Yuri, three of them together. Now we look forward to Ji-sung's next production, but I guess we'll have to wait till his wife finishes her current project, which is Mother. And next one up on our list is Han-gain's husband, Yeon Jung-hoon.
Yes, Han-gain and Yeon Jung-hoon had their first child 11 years after they got married. They had a baby girl in 2016. Well, before she was born, Yeon Jung-hoon's curfew was at midnight, but he has a new curfew now. He has his new curfew, which is 6 p.m. because their baby daughter is born. And I heard that he's pretty good about coming home by then.
6 p.m.?
Yes.
I don't think I had the curfew when I was in high school. That's a pretty strict schedule to run by. Anyway, Yeon Jung said in a recent interview that if he didn't have to work, he'd be happy just being a stay-at-home dad with, of course, his daughter. Looking after his baby girl. Now, Yeon Jung enjoys drinking a lot. So these days, what does he do with the curfew? He ends up putting his daughter to sleep and drinking alone.
Yes, he really doesn't seem to mind. He's happy to spend as much time as he can with his daughter. And then, in fact, Han-gain said at their house that daddy is more like the mommy. She's complimented Yeon Jung so many times how great he is as a father.
Sounds delightful. Of course, Yeon Jung just finished off his TV drama Bravo My Life. For the time being, he's spending time at home with his daughter.
And K-pop stars are also in the limelight for being great fathers these days.
Oh, definitely. H.O.T member Moon Hee-jun got married last year to Korean pop member Soyul. And soon after they got married, they were blessed with healthy baby girl too. Well, Moon Hee-jun is really keeping himself busy right now. At being a father, he helps change diapers, helps with feeding. Well, that's everyday stuff. But they say he really wants to stay informed, that he reads a lot of supermom blogs. Oh. He even memorized several web addresses of his favorite ones.
He talks about that a lot in public, actually. He's not shy from talking about how to raise a child and reading up on all the necessary materials. Now, it's great to hear that all these fathers are making their efforts. Now, another K-pop star who's been in the limelight for becoming a very young father is a former U-KISS member by the name of Dong-ho. He's 24 years young, but he has a 2-year-old son. Now, he's actually quite happy about this decision because this means that by the time in his 30s, his child will be already in elementary school. That's great. Right.
That's right. Dong-ho is very active about childcare. He made a food chart for their babies' brain development, which is awesome. I thought it was amazing.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Brain development, yes. And Dong-ho may be young, but he's such a senior when it comes to childcare. And also, U-KISS member Eli is a father too. So two of them goes to buy, baby food together. They buy baby clothes to each other. They're such a mummies.
Who knew such rock stars on stage would become these young fathers that represent Korean entertainment? Who knew? All right, guys. All the more reason for fans to show support to both Dong-ho and Eli.
Oh, I love hearing about the efforts that these celebrity fathers put into child rearing. I remember when Yoo-ji-tae heard that his wife Kim Hyo-jun was pregnant, he read child care books like crazy. And that habit eventually led him to reading a lot of books for his baby, son. And I've seen a photo of him and his son reading. It was so adorable. Well, according to a Child Development Research Center in Australia, when the father reads his child a book, the child develops language skill much faster.
That's really interesting. That's something interesting to keep in mind. And I think it's very sweet when the father walks their child to schools and stuff like that. And that's something that I would enjoy too. Kwon Sang-woo does that actually. Kwon Sang-woo always makes sure that to walk his son to preschool whenever he doesn't have filming. And Rookie, Kwon Sang-woo's son, is growing as handsome as his father.
Celebrity fathers are busy, but all working fathers and mothers aren't they? It's just really nice to hear that more fathers are getting involved with childcare and daycare and all that's involved in raising a child. They say it takes a village, right? So a father's attention is absolutely needed. And of course, that would be nice for my future husband.
Oh, I hope so too. Are you watching? Well, it might not be easy, but I hope more fathers, celebrity or not, will share experience in childcare with their wives 50-50.
You couldn't have said it better. 50-50 is all we really need, right? Share the burden. Thank you so much for the updates, Hannah. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.